Time for Business. Yuka Rose joined us. The head of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, has testified before the US Congress for the first time. What did he say? Did he say it himself, or did he get a bot? No. So tell us the story.
Well, I mean, you get to see a bot speaking later in the package, but Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, called on lawmakers to regulate artificial intelligence, giving some examples of where the technology can be misused, including in elections. The hearing comes as European lawmakers are working on a new law, the AI Act, to regulate the technology. Nicholas Rushworth reports.
The chatbot tool ChatGPT has come centre stage in the debate about artificial intelligence. Released late last year, it caused concern because students were using it to cheat on homework assignments. More broadly, it has raised fears about the ability of generative AI tools to mislead, violate copyright, upend jobs, and even shape the outcome of elections. ChatGPT was released by a startup called OpenAI. Its CEO, Sam Altman, in a Senate hearing, recommended government intervention.
Is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
We think that regulatory intervention by governments will be critical to mitigate the risks of increasingly powerful models. For example, the US government might consider a combination of licensing and testing requirements for development and release of AI models above a threshold of capabilities.
Too often, we have seen what happens when technology outpaces regulation.
Senator Richard Blumenthal, in his opening remarks as chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, played a tape that sounded like him talking about artificial intelligence. However, it was not him at all.
Biases can perpetuate discrimination. The audio was an AI voice cloning software trained on my floor speeches. The remarks were written by ChatGPT. When it was asked how I would open this hearing.
AI is moving incredibly fast.
Also testifying was Professor Gary Marcus, one of a group of experts calling for OpenAI and other tech firms to pause their development of more powerful AI models for 6 months. There is no immediate sign Congress will craft sweeping new AI rules, as European lawmakers are doing. US agencies, however, are promising to crack down on harmful AI products that break existing civil rights and consumer protection legislation.
I think it's already happening in many ways.
US President Joe Biden and top congressional leaders held a second round of talks aimed at ending a stalemate on raising the country's debt ceiling. The meeting came with a little more than 2 weeks to go before the US government could run out of money to pay its bills. An unprecedented US default could trigger a recession in the country and send shockwaves through the global financial system. Republicans are demanding deep spending cuts in exchange for raising the borrowing limit from the current $31 trillion. Speaking after the meeting, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said the two sides were still far apart, but that it was possible to reach a deal by the end of the week. This as the president is now expected to cut short his trip to Asia to attend the G7 summit in Japan and return to Washington on Sunday. Also this Tuesday, President Biden vetoed legislation passed by Congress that would reinstate tariffs on solar panel imports from Southeast Asia. The US president granted waivers to Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam and Thailand last year for duties on their exports that were imposed after the US government found some Chinese solar panel makers were trying to dodge US tariffs by finishing the products in other Asian nations. It's only the third veto in Biden's presidency. Let's check in on the day's market action now. Wall Street shares accelerated losses in the final hour of trading, with the Dow finishing down 1%, as you can see, and the S&P down more than half a percentage point. The Nasdaq reversing earlier gains to end the session in negative territory as well. At this, while investors waited details from the latest debt ceiling talks at the White House, which hadn't come out by the time the market closed. Telecoms giant Vodafone says it will cut 11,000 jobs over the next 3 years as part of its €1 billion cost-cutting plans. The mobile carrier has struggled with higher energy costs and flagging sales, including in its biggest market, Germany. CEO Margarita Delta Valle, who took over the job in January, says the current situation facing the industry and Vodafone's position in it requires the company to change. The firm had more than 100,000 employees worldwide last year. And that's it for business.
Yuka Roy, thank you very much indeed. Great to see you.